Hello Taurus, here's a reading for you for the time which has already begun. Over a week ago, on the 22nd or 23rd of October, with the Equinox. And I was thinking to myself about these readings, that they should cover more than 1 month. For me, now is the time of harvest, preparation to winter, and that's why this reading is for October, November, and the greatest part of December. Okay, let's draw one card for you from Margaret Peterson Tarot deck. Very beautiful one. Okay. One card for Taurus. I think it's this one. All right. Okay, and 3 cards. Sorry, 4 cards, and then the 5th one from this deck. It's the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. I've already shuffled the cards, so I'm just gonna cut it. For Taurus, please guide me. Like this. Okay. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. There is special energy, main outer influence for you, and it's the High Priestess. So the power of intuition, the power of what's not said, not visible, something behind the veil, something more than meets the eye. That's the outer energy. Okay, I want to be in a straight way. Okay, your card in the middle, the Emperor. Wow, so we have quite, maybe not opposing, but complementary energies. This is very much masculine, this is very much feminine. So perhaps maybe it's all about balance. I think Capricorn had different cards, but similar equilibrium cards. Here, Mars, as you can see, the red card, the red planet. It's all about expansion, about taking action, about deciding, about bringing structure, being responsible for what you do, for your life and for the life of others. That's the Emperor. So this is a very, I would say, decisive force in your life, perhaps a decisive moment for you in your life. And your influence is quite masculine, like you decide what to do with your life, with your reason, with your best intentions. And from the outside there comes the High Priestess energy, which is more about being in subtle contact with the life force itself, with the water, with your emotions, with intuition, as I said. Balancing these two is probably what's best for you. Let's look at the minor cards. They indicate many different things. The first one is here, and it shows what should be left behind in the time that is coming to the past. and it's Five of Swords. So a destructive ego energy, being really determined to win no matter what. That's Five of Swords to me. Being very much focused on being the winner. Sometimes, usually, it's not worth it. Usually, it only brings problems to you. It's not. It's a fight, but it's not worth fighting for at all. Five of Swords. And you may cut others. You can also cut yourself in the process. Not really realizing what you're doing. There is a hint of blindness in this energy. Like you're too focused on something that seems to be of a great importance, but the fact is it isn't. And that's coming to the past, and I'm glad to see it for you, because it's not the best of energies, I would say. What's there in the past, in this time of harvest, in the time of summer that is going to the past? What's there yet to harvest? The Ace of Swords, so truth, the very beginning of the swords energy, of the mind energy. It's pure thought, pure idea. New beginning, the beginning of something new in the realm of mind. It can be an idea, it can be the whole way of thinking about something. This is a very triumphant card, and also very decisive. So there's truth lying there that still needs to be uncovered, that still needs to be taken advantage of. That's what I feel. There's a great seed of truth waiting to be discovered and taken and being put to the ground to make it grow, to make it stronger, to make it bring fruit in the future. But now it needs to be found. There's some decisive truth there, still lying, waiting for you to come and to take it. Perhaps you were too blind here to see it, but now you can. Now you can. Okay? So here we have the past. Here we have the future. These are the future days. What's there in the future that you know about and you should focus on? Where to put your energy in? Son of Cups, this is the manifestation of love. Saying it very briefly. Son of Cups is Knight of Cups, so it is love in doing, love in working, love in action. Showing your love, showing your passion, showing your compassion. Also a very creative card. It sometimes indicates that for those of you who are artists, that this will be a very fruitful time for you in terms of your work, of your creative work. For those of you who aren't, still you can manifest love in many different forms. Sometimes forms you never tried before, I feel. This is also creativity. When you express your love in new ways, when you express your passion in new ways. This is also offering love to someone, offering love to, even to the world, being very wide in the interpretation of this. The Son of Cups is offering this beautiful cup full of love to the whole world. Whoever wants to take it can take it. So your heart is open, you're ready, and you're acting with your heart open. Oh, this is nice. And what's there in the future that you don't expect? but it's coming. And it's the Empress. So your card, definitely, Taurus. This is Venus. This is Mother Earth. This is, again, being very creative. This is life force itself. So you have this feminine, two feminine cards in your spread. One as the outer influence and the other as something unexpected coming to you. Of course, people when they see the Empress, they often think about being pregnant, and for some of you, of course, it can be pregnancy. Now is a good time to conceive for some of you, but for most of you who aren't expecting a child or don't want a child right now in your life, it can be even reinforcing of this beautiful Son of Cups energy. So not only you have the urge and the ability to offer your love, to offer your passion, and to create beautiful things coming from this, but also you have this beautiful otherworldly almost a power of the Empress. This is divine. This is divine. This is connecting you with the higher realm. But also it is being grounded, staying grounded. The Empress is very grounded. It's not a fleeting force. It's rather something very close to earth, realizing that you don't create things when you don't have the material base to do it. And here you have it. The beauty, the wealth, also health for me. For those of you having difficulties, especially if you're a woman and you have some problems with your health. I usually don't read this card this way. So it's a very straight, dynamic, very straight message for some of you who are suffering, especially some feminine diseases. This can be healed, I feel, now during this time, October, November, December, for some of you, and I wish you that. So overall, you're leaving unpleasant energy behind. You're discovering some truth, and I think with this truth your heart is open and full and almost glowing with it, like this cup. You can see it glows with colors, and you're reinforced by the beautiful Empress here. The last card that I like to call a Vista shows you something important about this reading, about the dynamics of this reading. I don't like to call it an outcome because there isn't one outcome. It never is. Life is too complicated to have one outcome. But it is something important you need to know about this reading and about your life in the days to come. The Vista, 10 of Swords. So there is still this sword energy floating here. I said you are going to leave it in the past with this sword of truth, but still there is some reminiscence here about the ending of, I think it's about some pattern of thinking, and I think it's very much connected with this feminine masculine dynamics I see here. I think it's about letting go of control for some of you. I feel you have enough of being the emperor and the emperor only, or the only emperor for some of you. You may have enough of this masculine, very focused and overburdened, I think, overthinking energy of the emperor. There's something very stressful about about this triangle. And the release comes from the feminine side, more fluid, more connected to earth, to life, and to your intuition. And that's why the Ten of Swords is shown here, that you need to stop thinking like this. You need to stop thinking that you can control everything, and perhaps this is the truth you need to realize, because otherwise you will still dwell in the energy that drains you instead of be in the energy that feeds you. Here you have this energy here. You want it. In order to have it, you need to leave this behind. And that's why I will leave this behind here. The swords, powerful and painful, are left in the past now for you. And I want to draw one more card for you, dear Taurus. This is from Shamanic Healing Oracle by Michelle Mutuzas. And I love this deck very much because it always tells the truth and it's very wise. So one card for Taurus for the time after the autumn equinox, for October, November, December. What does the oracle want to say to Taurus? Show me one card for Taurus. One card. More than one card. I won't count it. Here it is, forgiveness. Number 23. Forgiveness. I'm going to read it for you. It has been said, forgiveness is the greatest gift we can give ourselves. Forgiveness of others, but also forgiveness of self. We are the most critical and judgmental of ourselves. This inner critic does so much more harm than criticism that comes from others. Forgive yourself for trusting others and getting hurt, for not knowing, for not seeing, for not believing. You are human, and you are growing and learning. Human perfection is rooted in imperfection. This card indicates that the need for forgiveness, this card indicates the need for forgiveness in the situation asked about. So there is this beautiful image here of the moon being over the sun. It's like the feminine is over the masculine here. And that's what you need to be healed from the wounds of swords, I feel. For some of you, it has to do with forgiveness. Perhaps forgiving yourself for this behavior that brought havoc, I think, for some of you. Perhaps you hurted someone, but perhaps you hurted yourself the most. That's what you need to realize, and then forgive yourself. Just be. Just be. Okay, Taurus. So that was the reading for you. I hope you have a beautiful time. And the fact that this reading is for 3 months doesn't mean we won't hear and meet during the next month, because there'll still be a reading for November for you. So until then, thank you very much. Bye bye.